Hello guys, Casper here with the daily scoreboard for today. Actually, it is midweek, so maybe we will change it into, the bigger overview that we have, the daily recap. I think we will do that. I think that is the plan. We will do the Twitter stuff also, and I have a few stocks for you guys for you to look at here. Silver up 1% today, and weird looking chart overall. Still, that $22 level is just a massive level. You can see it right here. Oops, excuse me, right here. There's one connection there and there. We have broken out of that band there, but however, we just keep smashing into it. And if we lose to 22, yes, that opens up to more downside. No question about that. So yeah, here we have, for some reasons, the lines are gone. But anyways, we have lost, we have that triangle here. There it is, we're breaking down here. And again, short-term volatility to the downside. We mentioned it, that big volatility was coming. Clearly, we broke down on the CPI data. And the next target should be that triangle low right there at roughly 1975. So then we will see. The big macro picture hasn't changed one bit, no doubt about it. Gold silver ratio looking like we talked about, that possible double-headed headed shoulders, excuse me. Again, this will get confirmed when we get below right there, roughly 87.6. Then we have a confirmation, and then all this stuff down here is in jeopardy. That will be a massive run down there to those golden trend lines, and overall long-term time frame that could be, a round trip here and then smack down. Again, we have to wait and see, obviously, to get the proof. But again, first step would be that in that head and shoulders right there, with the double-headed there. So okay, fair enough. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Okay, here we have the good old Dixie. You can see we're actually coming into very closely that golden trend line. Depending, you can also add it to there, and then you have the false breakout there, or you can add it up to here. So there's a bit of, depending on how you want to do it, you can also take the high there, and basically we are roughly at that golden trend line here at 105. And yeah, let's see what happens really. We have three high highs here, so definitely we've come a long way here. So very interested to see what the dollar can do. And we have the PCE data and the PPI data Friday. We have claims tomorrow, and one more. So there's a lot of data coming out. I think the PPI and the PCE will be the big one they will confirm the CPI numbers that came out yesterday and tanked the entire market. Here we have the 10-year. We tagged perfectly 4.33. We talked about 4.3, but anyways, you can see we tagged it, and now we're coming down. Let's see how it acts. As long as we're below here, that is massive resistance. You can see it comes all the way down here, and actually a tiny touch there as well. So this is a big zone between 4.33 to 4.37. So that's a tiny range, but still that is big resistance as we speak. So yeah, let's see how it plays out. Oil here, again, with some minor higher highs and higher lows, but overall, we should be worried about the bear flag there. We had the triangle break here with the big retest there. So ideally, we want to take out the high there, and then we want to get above that bear flag, above that 82, which is a massive level going back 2 years, more or less. 82 is just such a big level. Down, 1.5% today. Palladium, I do want to talk about palladium. All this volatility, in my view, is just telling me that it is very, very possible that we are at the bottom or very near a bottom. Because usually what you see at the end of a big move is always volatility. To the upside, if you have a big uptrend, at the end of that uptrend, you will always have a lot of volatility. And the same for the downtrend here. So we are seeing a lot of volatility. You can see here, very controlled, very well defined. Then all of a sudden, the system is shaking here. But again, I don't see any bottoming formation from this, but the volatility, okay, but let's see where it takes us. Platinum up 2% today. For the overall view, nothing really. We have this inverted head and shoulders that we want to, get to the neckline and then break out. So until that happens, and as long as we're still above that low there, it's all fine for me. No questions asked there. Copper, same thing. It has been chopped for the past roughly 1 year, 9 months, give or take. Just chop between 4 and 3.5. So again, until we break either way, it is just basically, chop back and forth. Nat gas here, good old natty, breaking down heavily. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are now in the big stage 5, wave 5, excuse me, down here. And I do think, and I will not take credit for this, this was actually Borak who showed me this in a chart. So I think we could go down to roughly 1.3. But that should be, again, nothing is certain, that should put in that bottom for nat gas. But anyway, it has come down. How many percent since that $10? It's down 83%. Holy moly, that is a lot. So if we get down there, I will definitely want to see how it reacts when we get down there. TGF, this is the Dutch one, coming into big support right now as we speak. It's been a while since I've been looking at the chart. We couldn't break it there. Now we're coming back to the lows here at roughly 24, 23. And we could get a touch there again. So let's see how that plays out. Oh, nice. Okay, I can see coal here is reacting to our squeeze that we have defined now, that blue squeeze there. That's beautiful. Again, we are waiting for a break. We have been waiting ever since roughly here, so October 2023, when we had the first points for at least that neckline right there. But again, we want to see a break. Then if that happens, then we're back in business. Bitcoin doing absolutely incredibly well. Still within this overall bear flag here, and we are now at the top of the range right there. And also with some minor resistance, but we're actually pretty close to the all-time highs. So what do you think? Will we get it? Let's see. I mean, it has to negate the bear flag. Again, to my surprise, Bitcoin has come a long way and has been undoing a lot of bearish setups along the way. So yeah, definitely very strong. Surprise. I want to show you something that I saw yesterday. We have to go to the Heikin Ashi. There it is. You can see here, we are now, after that big move up that we had a big move, right? Parabolic move. And now we're actually holding, a very tight range between, let's call it 100 and 106. So a $6 range after that move. If we can hold that, that is just a lot of strength. Very, 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 very powerful if we can hold that type of a range. I don't know, but again, we have to wait and see, obviously. But if we don't get in a lot of sellers here after that big of a move, usually you see, 15 to 20% correction, or you hit, the important fib levels coming down, the first, the second fib, and then we maybe go higher. If we can hold that range, wow, that is a tremendous statement that the floor for uranium is roughly 100, and we will not go lower than that. It's a bit early. Let's see again how it happens here. But again, for now, the move. We have a massive move up and sideways price action. That's always, yes, always very, very good to see. Okay, here we have, going back to the sugar. We tag 20 here. We call for a move back to the scene of the crime, as Gareth Soloway would say, that green resistance now, and we're getting rejected. However, we are doing some sort of bull flag. You have to admit that. So this could be a possible bull flag, and then we're getting it back above, and then the fun can begin for the good old sugar. But let's see how that acts there. Soybeans, yeah, I haven't looked at it, ever since we talked last time. Neckline, broken the blue neckline. The measured move is, 1,500 or 1,050. That is where we're going with possible overshoot. So we can reach target, and then we can actually go, possibly way lower with the overshooting that we could get. So soybeans doesn't look good here. So as long as we are below this wedge, below the 30 weekly, which is here, we are a bit stretched. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, a retrace here. But anyways, until we can undo all this heavy resistance, it is the path of least resistance to at least, a tad above 1,000. Nothing much to say for silver against them to money supply. We are still, grinding above the golden trend line, which is beautiful, to say the least. That's the golden trend line, and we are just grinding here. Lovely stuff. Big inverted head and shoulders. We need to get above that blue neckline. When that happens, silver is gone to the upside. Gold here again, also above its golden trend line. Again, bull flag right there, and we are just basically doing some sideways stuff as we speak. So nothing major to report on that part. Good. Let's see the good old Twitter recap. Yes, I have some stocks for you. They will come after this here. Sahara here, glad to see him back again. The USD DXY update. You can see here that we're actually coming into a big level that we also looked at just like 5 minutes ago, that big level there, the upper level of that big bull flag. So again, question mark. Let's see how it plays out. The dollar is strong. It is strong. This is the trend spider. Anyone catch this bounce? So that's basically yesterday's candle, a huge, drop into the 21 moving average, and that big node right there, the massive volume node right there. So and I know today actually we have a big green candle here, so that was definitely a low for now. For the Nasdaq, again, the markets are holding up incredibly well. There's so many dip buyers coming in. Case for silver here, gold, major miners trading like it is 2015, and gold is roughly 1,000. Yep. Is what margin of safety looks like. Hard to understand, but sometimes it is best not to try and just buy and value proposition. So basically what he's saying, sometimes the price is just good it's just good enough. Can it go lower? Obviously, but sometimes you gotta dip your toe in, and if you believe that gold and silver will do incredibly well, for 2024, also during this decade, I mean, buying miners at these levels is not the worst thing you can do. But again, it's very volatile, and that can easily be 30% more to the downside. If it just depends on when people are, stepping back in. So quite remarkable that the miners are just doing so poorly. You can see it there, right? Back to it, 2015, the low there, we are at the same level, but gold is, double has doubled in price. But obviously it has a lot to do with, high energy cost, high production cost, high worker, salaries, all that good stuff. That's weighing into their profits. That's, inflation doing what it does best or worst, depending on how you want to say it. Gold versus silver ratio since, going back 100 years. So this is the monthly candles. And again, I rarely look at the monthly candles. Maybe I should, but this is what Patrick does. He does a lot of very visual, broad, long-term stuff. Beautiful. Who else noticed this was happening? Gold versus silver, hawking its historical breakout line. My goodness, that's something that many people would expect. You think that the exhaustion wick in 2020 would hold. Else everything back to normal if the sleep line, mode line is close below. There it is. That's a big one. So we not want to close below on a yearly basis, and then you see these big drops. You can also see how well connected it is. So yeah, definitely, again, one line says it all, really. Beautiful. Sahara here with oil. Tried to pop the inverse bull plot, but smacked down with timely surge in the US crude inventories. So this is oil again. I want to show you that. Daily, this is daily, right? Yeah, daily inverted head and shoulders. Again, we have a neckline at roughly 78, 79, 80-ish, there in that range. There is the neckline. So again, that's what we want to get above. excuse me, this is the West Texas oil, so that's not crude or USD WTI. So, but again, beautiful chart, very bullish setup there above 80. We want to look at some stocks here. We just at the end of the video, I want to show you some stocks. Very simply, Viper. We are back to the IPO at roughly 0.07. Again, usually when you get down to these levels, you at least see a bounce. How big will it be? I don't know, but we've come a pretty damn long way. We are down 90% and silver is basically the same as back then. So, wow. Again, I love to buy these, you know, not going fully retarded, you know, with a big size, but I love to pick something up here in a stock that I love. GSVR, again here, I just want to show you that broadening structure for that stock. Oops, excuse me. And, you know, the touch there and there, and we're having a touch here. So again, broadening structure, megaphone, whatever, maybe we have, it can go to the upside there. I'm not that familiar with the megaphone patterns. I know the market sniper is way better than that stuff than me, so check him out definitely. Global Atomic, I want to show you breaking out of that band there and just, you know, doing a lot of retesting, staying above the blue neckline, which is beautiful. So overall, for Global Atomic, I would hope that we're just staying here, just make a goddamn beautiful bull flag, let the moving average catch up, and then we can blast higher, you know, into the summer. That would be a tremendous statement for Global Atomic to stay here, just to recharge, and then boom, we can go higher when the chart is ready for it. That would be a huge buying opportunity if you see this kind of bull flag here, in my opinion. AMC, no, it's not AMC as you would think. This is the Arizona Metals. Again, this is one of the, if you were to go into copper, I guess this one would be one of the better ones. Again, neckline, there it is, measured move, boom, boom, target has just been met. Often you get overshooting, but again, we have met the inverted head and shoulder, the head and shoulders target at roughly 1.7. I have bought a tiny position here, and at least now I'm in. I'm getting a very good price. I think copper could easily, you know, reach $10. Not tomorrow, obviously, but again, this one I think will do very well. But you need patience. This one doesn't just, you know, and then we're up here. We need a lot of time to grind it out, and then we can maybe go higher, you know, within 1 or 2 years. So, but definitely a tiny position here that I will gladly have, you know, just sitting there doing roughly nothing for like a half a year before we get the confirmation. But I was waiting for that move and I bought. That was the plan. That's all you can do. So that is it, guys, for the daily recap for commodity stocks and the Twitter stuff. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening. Cheers. Bye.